immediately, sometimes a couple hours if it has to get approved. And you can start seeing data almost instantly. So you can really kind of pick apart what's working and what's not relatively easily. Now, that being said, one of the worst things you can do when you're marketing is to cancel something too quickly. And when I say something, I mean canceling an ad too quickly. And the reason is Facebook marketing is so powerful because of their algorithms. Okay, you can, if you're not familiar, you can target different demographics, different segments. You can have them optimized for, likes and shares. You can have Facebook optimized for clicks to your website. You can have Facebook optimized for conversions, which is sales in this case. And they can do this because of their algorithms. They have data points on all their users. But what happens is to optimize a Facebook ad, it has to run for a little while. Facebook's algorithms have to test out your ad versus their data points. Okay, now data points are people, but you need to give it time to work its magic here. That being said, it's very easily, maybe $5 a day for a couple days to test an ad is really all you need. So we're not going to risk a whole lot of money here. So unfortunately, what this is not going to be for some people, unfortunately, is a Facebook ad tutorial. Okay, that's not the purpose. If you're unfamiliar with Facebook ads, I will tell you that there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but they make it really user friendly. You will be able to figure it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I did, and then I'm going to circle back and show you why I did it. I think is the best way to go about this. So if we head over to the Facebook advertising platform here, what you can see here is you can see the first part of the advertising campaign that I ran here. And what this is this is just essentially a page post engagement. I am essentially boosting a post or promoting a post that I had on my Shopify store's Facebook page. Okay. Now I do this all through Power Editor, which is available in the Chrome browser. And if I go over something and it makes absolutely no sense because you're not familiar with Facebook advertising, just stick with me here, because you will figure out Facebook advertising. It's not as hard as it seems if this is the first time you're ever seeing it. Okay, so what we have here is essentially the post that I am promoting. Very simple, just a couple of eye-catching ads. It's always great to use actual people because, especially a face in here. All right, faces draw attention. Faces get people's attention, so it's always good to have a face in there if you can, if it makes sense for your product. I know sometimes people want to get into the habit of just highlighting the product, but there's so much noise that we want to cut through the noise. So it's always good to get a face in your ad. Okay, and once again, this is just a post that we had on our Facebook store already. This is the one we're using. We're promoting this post, and real simple. A couple things we want to get clicks. So are you on board with the choker trend yet? Obviously, we're promoting choker necklaces, and numbers 1, 3, and 5 are my favorite, and what we're talking about is 8 reasons to finally embrace the choker trend. And so it looks like an article, okay? And this just kind of 1, 3, and 5 are my favorite, just kind of piques curiosity. Then I also throw an emoji in there, which you can do really easily if you just post and do the original post from your phone. And then I just kind of do a little extra teaser, chokers from $1.99. And if we go to the actual Modern Sybarite, the store's actual page, and bring that up, we're going to go ahead and take just a look at that post here. So I have this pinned to the top because this is the one I'm promoting. And see, we spent very little on this, and we've got 298 likes, comments, and shares, or likes, I guess, or reactions, 7 comments, 22 shares, and we reached almost 10,000 people. And I think we spent $50 on this, so that's pretty awesome. You can see if we click on the see more here, all this is just a link to where we want them to go, and I'll show you that in just a second. So that's pretty simple there. Now the reason I decided to go with this particular article is what we're looking at is we're kind of looking at like a content marketing strategy. All right, now there's a million ways to promote your store, and a lot of people will tell you, just promote a free plus shipping option where you put your product up there and you say free just plus shipping and handling, and that'll get a lot of likes and shares and click-throughs, and people are willing to just pay the shipping to get a quote-unquote free product, and that's great, but that's too easy. I mean, you want to set yourself, and it will work, don't get me wrong, that will work. That's a great way to start, just if you want to get familiar with Facebook ads. But what we want to do is we want to set ourselves apart. If you set yourself apart, if you do just a little bit better, you're going to see better returns and you're going to be more profitable. So what I did is I went over to BuzzSumo, and hopefully this will come up because I did this a couple weeks ago. But BuzzSumo, tells you what find the most shared content and key influencers. Okay, so what we're looking for is the most shared content. So if you type in whatever you're promoting, now you're not going to see the same results I got, a month ago when I first put this thing together, but you can see articles that are getting shared around a lot. All right, so this will work for any product that you have. So right now, the first thing I'm seeing is 9 types of quirky and bold choker necklaces every girl should try this season, and it's got 23,000 likes on Facebook. So what I would do is I would take a look at this article, and I would send, because we know it's getting shared around, and what I would do is I would essentially recreate the same article. I would model it, I wouldn't copy it, I would recreate it on my Shopify store in my blog, which I'll show you how to do, and only I'm going to point, so if this 9 types of chokers, I'm going to make sure I have those 9 types of chokers as products in my store, and then after I talk about each one, I'll give you a link to go buy it, all right, and that's going to get it shared around. So watch, we'll go see. Yeah, look, 34,000 shares on this page. So that's awesome. It's getting passed around. And then you can see this post here is Royal Tradition Indian chokers. Okay, so I would essentially just find something that looked like this on Shopify. I would get a picture, and I would essentially, I don't want to say copy, but I would essentially just write this post. Okay, 2 simple strands. And then I would just go to AliExpress and find something that looked like this, and blah blah blah, put a picture on there, and just go through and make a post that looks exactly like this on my Shopify store. And then after each one, so after crochet chokers, I would put the image there like it's shown, essentially write a little thing about it, and then right underneath here I would write buy the crochet choker necklace right now or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And make sure the image was good or something, with faces. This is probably the featured image that they're given when you share it. Yeah, exactly. So this goes back to exactly what I was saying. We have faces here. 9. This is exactly what the Facebook post that's getting 34,000 shares looks like. Okay, so you're starting to understand. You're starting to see. There's got to be a light bulb going off right now. All right, I don't want to overtalk this because this should demonstrate exactly what you should be doing. So we're just going to copy this essentially, okay? I don't want to say copy. We're going to model right after this, and because we know based on the 34,000 shares that this is working well, okay? So let's close all this out. We don't want to mess around with that, and it'll work for every product. Don't worry about that. It works for everything. So this is exactly what I did. So let's go ahead and see what this leads to. Okay. So this is the blog on my Modern Sybarite store right on Shopify platform. Okay, I don't have to have my another blog. You can blog right on your Shopify store. And 8 reasons to finally embrace the choker trend. Here's this image. Okay, this is the featured image on Facebook. And it's important to put this right in front on the top of the post as well. Because when people click from Facebook over to your site, if they see something completely different than what they were expecting, they're going to be turned off immediately. So have that same image right there in front of them. It's like, okay, cool, I made it to the right spot. And then so I just do a little introduction here. I tell them they can buy chokers starting at $1.99, and that's a link to, of course, my store. With all the necklaces right there. All right, so back at the blog here, the Shopify store, we can kind of explore this just a little bit further. The chokers that will make you want to embrace the trend. And really what we're talking about is the chokers that are on our Shopify store. We're just going to introduce these potential customers to our inventory. So real simple post here. Number 1, simple and versatile. This leather rope choker is a great way to dip your toe into the trend. And you show a good picture of it. And you write a little couple sentences about it, you know. This is a great beginner choker, not too edgy or goth. Simple piece, little bling, blah blah blah. Just making up a quick description here, and then you give them the option to buy this leather rope choker. And if you click on this link here, that's going to take them to the Shopify store, obviously, and it's going to take them to the exact page where they can order that product that they just read about. All right, so you just go through and you do that for however many products you want to do it for. Same style, same thing, and there you go. That's going to link directly to that necklace. This is going to link directly to this necklace, so on and so forth. And images are cool because people can kind of digest them really quickly. More image, less word is usually a pretty good way to go. And then as you get down to the very bottom here, you give them the opportunity to shop all of the necklaces. And here you go. We're at our store now with the opportunity to make a purchase. So that's really all there is to it. You know, as far as getting the blog posts together, if you're familiar with WordPress, this is going to be super simple for you. You know, if you're not, it's still going to be super simple for you. The way you get to your Shopify blog is just go to your Shopify dashboard. And once you're on your Shopify dashboard here, just go down to your online store section and go under blog posts. And here you go. You see the one that I already had written. We could click on that. You could add a new blog post if you wanted to. You would just put your title up here. 9 great choker trends, or whatever it is we're gonna do. We can highlight bracelets or something else. This is where we would type anything in the trends. If you want to make it format a little bit, highlight it, and you know, a heading 2 is always good for a heading. And any body text is always good as a paragraph there, and those are pretty much the only 2 that you have to use. If you want to link to something like purchase the necklace here, just highlight it and click on this one right here is an insert link, and then you can just copy and paste the link you want it to go to. Pop it right in there. You can either have it open in the same window, or you can have it open in a new window. In general, if I'm linking to a product in my store, I have it open in the same window. If I'm linking to a third-party site, I have it open in a new window. And you don't really have to worry about the link title there. Just hit insert link. Now that makes it clickable. And if you want to add an image, just put your cursor where you want your image to be, and click on this insert image button. And the cool thing about this is there's a tab up here that is product images, so you don't have to re-upload that image. So if you just want to insert an image of whatever you're talking about, you can just click on it and you can choose the size that you want. And bigger is not always better. Usually I like to stay right around 600. You could do full-size images if you want, but those are going to be bigger file sizes, so usually about 600 by 600, and just insert the image there. Makes it super simple. If you want to make that image clickable, which you always should, just highlight that image and insert the link as well. And insert the link. Just like that. If you want to upload your own images, you can as well. If you want to use something that's not already on the site, totally doable. And then, always good to have a featured image, which is going to be the one that is the featured image is going to be the one that is represented in the Facebook post, so make sure you choose that one carefully. 1200 by 628 pixels is always a good size to go. And you can change authors if you want. I want to make it look like it's written by a woman. I just add a new author there. You can change your meta and stuff down here in your title if you want, but you can just leave it as is as well. And the last thing you're going to want to do here is make sure you hit visible. That way it is actually going to post it on the blog, and you can either preview it or you can just save it. And if we go over to our website and we click on our store and we click on the blog, there's the new post that we just added. Now there is no image like there's in this one because that we didn't add a featured image. Okay, so you'd want to add a featured image there. And you can see this featured image down here is the same one that I put that shows up in the Facebook ad when you put a post up. And if we go look at this, you can see exactly what we did. There is the H2 title tag, the body text, link, and the image with the clickable link as well. All right, so that is how easy it is to blog on your store. I'll go ahead and delete that in just a moment, and we'll move on. So we talked a little bit about the Facebook advertising already, but now that we've seen exactly what we've done and how we've gone about finding the type of content that we want to create, let's go back into the Facebook dashboard and we'll talk about how this works, why this works, and then it'll be up to you. Okay. All right. So here we are on the Facebook Ads Manager. Here. Now, when I first started putting together this how-to video, I told you I had spent $50 on this particular ad, and that was the only advertising money I spent on the store. What I did, obviously I'm putting this video together over the course of 3 or 4 days. So while I was putting this together, what I did is I ran another $30 worth of ad spend towards this same ad, just to kind of update the stats a little bit. So ultimately it was probably a terrible idea because as I'm putting this together, we are, let's see, 6 days away from Christmas right now. So no one's going to buy something that they can't get before Christmas right now. So I did make one sale, but you'll see it was not a complete waste, and we're still operating profitably here. All right, so let's examine some of the stats here. So this is the ad that we've been talking about. You will see that I've spent $81.82. I've reached 9,000 people, and I've got 639 post engagements at 13 cents an engagement. Okay, $81.82 divided by 254. It means I'm getting 32 cents a click. All right. Now that is what I'm paying for. So this is a content strategy, but 32 cents a click, not too bad. All right. So let's go over to the actual Facebook page really quickly and take a look at something here. So this was essentially a brand new Facebook page that I started when I began testing this. Now I've spent $81 on ads running to this. You can see I've generated 38 likes for this page on $81. So if I were just paying to promote my page, I would probably have to spend $40 to get 38 likes. But because I was running this content marketing program here, I got these likes as a byproduct of my advertising. Okay, this is just a bonus. So this page has 38 likes on the $80 I spent. So that's great. That's going to be a long-term investment in the brand. Now you might be wondering, we've spent $81. What, that's great that we've got some long-term benefit, but what have we gotten for that money? So if we go over to the Modern Sybarite dashboard here, you can see that we have sold $292 worth of products total. Okay, now you're gonna have to take my word on this here. There is $109 in sales here that was done a different way. Don't worry about it, because it's way harder to do it the way I did it than to actually just pay for the advertising here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take $292 and we are going to subtract out the $109 that did not come directly from our advertising budget. Now that leaves us $183. Okay, that is how much we've sold on our Shopify store. All right, so we'll take out the $81 that we have already spent on advertising, and that leaves us with $103. Okay, now you might be wondering, okay, how much have we spent on products? And that is a great question. So if you go over to my bank account here, this is the credit card that I have set up to make the purchases from AliExpress. You can see that I have spent, what is that, about $60 on products. So that leaves us with $43 of pure profit. Okay, and that's after the $30 that I probably shouldn't have spent. Okay, so if I would have just left well enough alone for the purposes of this demonstration and not tried to make sales, 7 days before Christmas, we'd be sitting at what about $90 in pure profit. Okay, now that's good enough alone. All right, I mean, we just scale that up and $40 on $80 ad spend of pure profit. You just scale up and you can see how this works. We're profitable. I mean, you take this thing to the moon now. But on top of that, we already know that we're investing in long-term growth with our Facebook page. So once we hit a few thousand likes, I mean, it's going to snowball, and that's how this thing happens. It's going to snowball. So although we are already profitable and we're running a successful business, let me show you the last part of this here. Okay. So now what we do is we're going to create an audience of people who have engaged with our Facebook page. All right. Now this works because of that pixel that we installed in our Shopify store. Facebook knows who engages, who interacts with our Facebook page. And what that is that's people's first interaction with our brand. So for instance, if you've never heard of Coca-Cola, would you walk into a store and purchase a Coca-Cola? Maybe. Just to try something new, but maybe not, okay? But you hear about Coca-Cola over and over and over and over and over again. Then you walk into a store and you can go anywhere in the world and hey, a Coke's a Coke's a Coke, all right? You see what I'm saying here? So what you're going to do is you're going to take this group of people who have engaged with your page already, and you're going to target them the next time you do an ad, okay? And you can get even a little more aggressive with it. Now it doesn't have to be content. Now you can offer them a sale. Okay, so they are already familiar with your brand. We know this because Facebook is telling us they have already seen our brand. They've either liked our post or what have you. They shared our post maybe. So you can go ahead and retarget these people and your conversion rates are going to skyrocket. Okay, now that's great as it is, but it gets even better. This is the power of Facebook. Remember, we're already profitable before we even start doing this. Okay, so we're already ahead of the game. We're playing with house money right now. But we can take this a couple steps further. This is where we go next. Okay, what this is Facebook's what they call a lookalike audience. So what we do is we set up an audience, a group of people who are nearly identical based on Facebook's algorithms, and to the people who have not only seen our post but clicked on it and visited our site. So we're finding people who are most likely to click on our ad. Okay, so then we find this, and look, this is a 1% lookalike audience that looks exactly like the people who have already clicked and visited. They saw my choker trend post. Okay, it was promoted to them. They saw it, they like it, and they clicked on it. Now Facebook's going to give me 2 million more people in the United States that are going to be nearly identical to these people. So I can reserve that original ad back to these people, and my conversions are going to skyrocket again because this is a whole new group of people. The first ad that I ran, I targeted an audience, and I targeted people who were interested in jewelry. Now Facebook allows you to target different demographics. The easiest way to do it is to target people who